Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining this session today regarding the Clarity AI agents. In this particular session, I will try to show how the new Clarity AI agent will work for Business Central and how it will detect the errors for the Business Centers. Just let me share my screen. Okay, so let's start with the little bit presentations. This session name is called as Clarity AI Agents. This is the AI power assistance for the Business Central, where we can ask the questions naturally, get the instant answers, and you can, navigate to the fixes basically for the issues or the errors what users are getting there, basically. So there are some couple of webinar rules basically to keep the webinar session smooth for everyone. So your microphones are muted. So as well as your cameras are off. And if you want to ask any questions or any suggestions or anything, you can post your questions in the chat window, and my moderator will respond to chat during the question and answer segments, basically. Okay, so moving forward, this is my professional profile. I think most of the people, you already know me. I'm active on the community. I actually working with Navision and Business Central for last 22 years, and I have a core expertise in Business Central implementation, configuration, solution architecture, technical consultings, database upgrades, extension developments, and all other stuffs which we normally do in the Business Central. As well as apart from this, I develop two major tools. One is for Go Live Guard and second is for the Clarity AI agents. Go Live Guard is actually an audit and validation framework to be proactively used by the financial and operational risk in the Business Central. And there is a Clarity AI agent which will help the users to identify the issues, which we are going to see today. And my approach and innovations is basically towards the ERP governance, operational validations, AI-driven innovation. Of course, everybody is moving to AI. So most of my work nowadays is towards the AI. I'm trying to integrate the AI or the artificial intelligence with Business Central, of course, our beloved product, Business Centers. Yeah, so let's move. So what is the Clarity AI agent? Basically, the idea actually came to my mind when I was, I done a lot of implementation with Business Center. And whenever I see the consultant as well as the end users are struggling when there is a error pops up on the screens and they are just struggling here and there. They are just running behind the technical team, or the users are, running behind the partner consultants. So this thought actually come in my mind almost 6 months back, and then I started building this tool actually, which will help the users get the answers on the screen directly whenever there's an error pops up. So here basically you can type your questions in the plain English directly inside the Business Central, or whenever any operations or any I can say any you're posting a sales order or you're posting the sales invoices, you're posting the journals, and sometimes the error pops up. So it will automatically capture those errors, and you can directly navigate to the agent screen and you will get the answers that way. Okay, so during the demo, I will try to show a couple of examples how we can do this. What are the core capabilities for this Clarity AI agent is the natural language chat actually. Of course, right now it is supporting on the plain English. It is not supporting the different languages. It's not a multilingual. So there's no special commands or syntax is required right now. You can type in English or typing in normal English actually. Automatic error detection, basically whenever you are posting some transactions, all the errors normally we get it during the posting of the transactions. So that time the Clarity AI, if the errors occurs, or the Clarity AI agent is automatically activated, and it will show the errors or the show the analysis for the particular errors. There's a smart navigation where AI will tell you where to fix the issues and click the action buttons or jump directly to the setups. Of course, the not yet 100% navigation is provided. It's still in work in progress. So maybe the next version, it will come up with the action buttons when you click on those things. Then there's a real-time data analysis. Of course, the agent is pulling your live business central data before answering, looking at the any setups or any post invoices, journal line, whatever setups is required for the posting. It will look at for the setups and show the findings or show the resolutions for the particular errors. Okay. So quick start prompts on the screen. Actually, I given some, standard 6 prompts basically regarding the inventory transactions and all the month and everything. There are pre-built questions covering inventory period close, GL imbalance, posting errors, or overdue invoices. Maybe in next version, I'm going to add more prompts to get it more flexibility. It's normally give the less than 5 seconds is give the answers. By the AI agent will give the answers. What is the root cause? What is the severities and priorities action in seconds? And of course, it is using your 100% business central data. Of course, that doesn't mean that if I'm using the live BC data, that means it's not going to expose to your agent. There is, of course, I'm using the providers, definitely Azure Open providers or the cloud. Of course, there's the enterprise or as per your security protocol, you have to secure the data. But internally, in this agent, I already taken care of your security of the data. So it will not going to expose to any third party or any other. No, it is not going to store at my cloud or anywhere. It is completely transparent data, and you already know the agent never remembers anything unless until we set up the settings for for the memory purpose. So it will vanish away once you close the sessions. So there is nothing going to store or nothing is going to store your critical data or financial data on the cloud at all. Okay. How it works actually, there is a 3-step workflow inside the business central. You can ask the question or you can copy the error messages from the screen. Or if there's an error pops up on the error message screen, you automatically capture those errors and and then activate the agent and give the findings actually. Then it will analyze the second phase. It will analyze your live base data, the setups, or whatever it may be, and generate the structural findings for your errors. So whatever errors you got pop-ups on the systems or the screens, basically, it will throw the findings as well as the resolution. And then third stage is navigate, where you can navigate to the particular posting setups or the screens actually. So navigate definitely is still in work progress, not 100% activated yet. There are the smart features for the Clarity AI agents. Like this, we have these smart question understandings where we can agent automatically figures out if you are asking a general questions or investigating a problem, or we are going for response data. Accordingly, it will go into the depth of that particular question and give the findings. Okay, you can have the liability that you can copy or paste and analyze the fallback, the error which you are getting on the screen. You can copy that error also, and there is a paste button available on the agents where you can paste the errors messages and you can analyze the fallback. Of course, the AI definitely requires the structural JSON responses, so it will give the JSON responses with the title, summaries, and finding, and then it will show in the cue cards basically. The cards, the response card basically will display what are the findings. With the definitely there is a color coding available. I put on the based on the severities, and you can see those things, which are what are the findings, what are the resolution, and what kind of times you require. That's basically the times actually calculated based on the end users, because they are normally sometimes the end users, until unless they not play with the business central, they will not understand the setups as well as the where to go and fix this issue, because they normally rely on the consultant or the partners or maybe the super user or the administrator in the organization. Security and setup, earlier what I said that way, there is a secure API key storage. Actually, it is completely stored on the it is completely encrypted and stored inside the business central. So it is never sent to any to third parties or stored in the plain text, or you just need to be configure once and you have to forget it. Because it's not, there is nothing called as a table behind the scene. There's no database for this particular part. It's completely stored on the isolated part only. Choose your AI provider. Use OpenAI for fast, cost-effective answers. Because normally I use GPT 4.1 mini in this case because it take less tokens as well as give the faster responses. Because you are just asking the questions to the agent, you are not going to build up anything on the agent part. Or maybe you can use Azure OpenAI for enterprise grade data residency control if you are already on the plan with the Azure OpenAI. So basically, I recommend to the partners or the customers use OpenAI during the testing phase on the test database or test bed. But when you are going live, you should have the enterprise plan, Azure OpenAI, or maybe the enterprise plan from the OpenAI or the cloud, right? You can switch anytime. It's not going to hamper your, data or anything because data is never getting stored here. No finding has been stored. Okay. Role based, of course, admin setups on AI providers, and then finance team can start using it immediately or any teams. There's no complex configurations or training is required during the configuration of these particular things. Okay. Then there's the navigation destinations where it can go navigation. Of course, this is still in work in progress. So journals where we can navigate to the journals, particularly item journal, journal journals, and bank reconciliations. We can navigate to documents, unposted, sales invoices, purchase orders, or maybe the setups, which are the core part of the business central, where the posting setup, inventory setup, general ledgers, and accounting periods. And as well as there is the master data, the customer cards, vendors, items, and chart of account. So there is a smart navigation. Of course, there is still little bit work is going on to navigate very fluently to the particular screens, because if you understand business central screens are like they are integrated with each other. You cannot go directly on general posting setups, or we have to go through this particular way, or there is a navigation for the particular setups. So we have to go in that way, right? How then getting started, I just previously what I said that there's nothing, there is no complex setups like what we have in business and okay. We require to set up the company, we require to set up the business posting groups, then product posting groups, and then how to set up the other, setup posting setups, then inventory setups, inventory posting setups, chart of account. Nothing is there actually. There is a simple one screen where we have to apply the uh, AI providers API keys, and then we can start. So you can configure the provider, admins, open your Clarity AI setup pages, select OpenAI, Azure OpenAI, enter the API key, and one-time setup takes just 2 minutes, depend on the how easily you will get the API keys basically from the administrative department. Then you can start, once it is set up, then you can start asking the Clarity AI agent, what are the things I required? What are the questions you want to ask? What are the errors you want to ask? You can start asking them. Apart from that, you can enable the audit trail, optionally enable if you want to, required for a compliance, you want query logging or anything. So it will store somewhere and give the report for the compliance. So for the next time when the user is going to, get the same issues, they can, refer to this, compliance document or look at the, internal audits or somewhere. If you require all the documentation, then you can enable this audit trail. Okay. So this was the some of the introductions for this Clarity AI. So let's see how it works on the environment on the Business Central. Okay. So let's go on the Business Central environment here. Oh, this is my tenant basically. So I'll just go how to work on the. Sorry. So let's go and let's look at what are the setups. Basically, there is one setups Clarity AI agent setups. This is just a simple setup. There is nothing fancy things here. Just we have to, configure here the provider. Okay. Yes, configure here the provider and the Azure either OpenAI or Azure OpenAI. The next version, I'm just going to, support for the cloud also, cloud OpenAI or maybe other OpenAIs or the AI models what we have. I'm going to support those things part also. Right now, it is supporting OpenAI and the Azure OpenAI. And of course, once you get the API keys, you have to just enter the API key into the setups and just go on the actions, and you have to just say save the settings. Once you save the settings, automatically store inside the isolated storage. You know, the in Business Center also we got isolated storage where we save the secure keys and everything. And once it has been done, you have to just what could be the behavior of the agent from where the agent need to use the data. So you can use live BC data, and then if you want to log the queries or log the data, you can just enable this part. Okay, and just once you did this, actually, you can directly navigate to the OpenBC control agent here also, and just once you open this one, it will open the agents for you. I build up something like your other agents, what you are looking at other screens also. So I build up that way, so it will be familiar with everyone. But this is not using any Copilot or not using anything like Business Central agents, what we have right now in the preview versions, or any Copilot agent or any other models what we are using to create the agent or custom agent. This is completely built inside the Business Central using the AL extensions. There's nothing, I'm not using Copilot or I'm not using anything. I'm just using AI to get the answers and connecting to the AI. So as discussed on the presentations, there are a couple of uh, prompts. So we got inventories, period close, audits, and everything basically. And then we can, if you click on the inventory, for example, so it will start analyzing your BC data. It will try to check why is my inventory value off or why my period is not closing. And then it will start giving me the answers. So I'm investigating inventory value discrepancies. Of course, in the Cronus, maybe there will be a, so I just built up some data and all those things. So you can see there is why I could not be able to close my period, inventory period or accounting period, because there are some unposted sales invoices, unposted journal lines. There are some negative inventory items. Okay, so these are the findings from the agents. The agents actually automatically finds what are the things required to close my inventory and all the stuffs. Okay, and then based on the findings, it's actually giving me the recommendations what exactly I need to do. Of course, any consultant can tell this one, but think about any end users, which is they are just switch from another applications to the Business Center. They are not aware of the processes. Because you already know, any end users cannot learn the Business Center in 1 day or 1 month until and unless they practice on that sessions or practice on the Business Centers. So recommended fixes are you have to go and post all your unposted sales invoices, verify the inventory costing, run inventory valuations, or check for the manual adjustments, anything. And there is the actions, what actions you need to take. So I have to post the unposted invoices, post all unposted journal lines, or review the inventory costing. So I can just click here and I can navigate basically. Okay, so I think basically this is, yeah. So once you click on this, it will navigate to that screen and it will showing me that, okay, there are, a couple of invoices that need to be posted to close my inventory period or accounting period. So this is just actually a fixing thing that way. So let's look at now how it will help to my end users. So think about, okay, just take an example of purchase invoices now. And I just created one purchase invoice here already. And I'm just trying to post this purchase invoice. So I don't know exactly today why the tenant is running slow. I'm really sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. So this is a purchase invoice string. Everybody knows that. Now I'm just trying to post this particular screen. And I'm not posting, just creating a preview posting here. So it is showing me the error that you need to enter the document number of the document from the vendor in the vendor invoice number field, because that is a mandatory field. So somehow user forget it. Of course, there is a star also defined on the mandatory field icon also there on the purchase invoice screen also. So if you look at the top of the screen now, my agents, the Clarity AI agents, are automatically activated. Right? If you look at here. So now I want to analyze why this error comes in. I'm struggling here almost for last 10 minutes. I'm not getting any help. Just build up a scenario here. And I just click on this. So it will automatically copy the error message. Okay. And it will navigate to the Clarity AI agent. And it will start giving me the findings as well as the recommendation. Okay. So if you look at here now, the vendor invoice number field mandatory for document linking, right? If you look at the top here, you can see that you need to enter document number of document. It will copy the entire message from the error screen and paste it on the Clarity AI agents. And now it will showing me the recommendation or the findings of the particular error. So look at this one, something finding is called as, if you look at this description initially, the error indicates that vendor name invoice number field must be filled with the vendor document number to maintain the linkage between the posted document and the original vendor document. This is a required step in posting process for the vendor invoices in business. So this is actually built up by the agents. This is not nowhere it is actually, fix it or nothing has been done. It is actually built up by the agent. And look at the findings here. The vendor invoice number field is empty or missing when attempting to post a vendor invoice. This field is mandatory. So if you look at the action here, enter the vendor document number in the vendor invoice number field before posting the invoice. So this is how actually it is helping the end user as well as the consultant, fixing those issues, fixing the errors on the screen. If you look at the recommendation now, recommended fixes, ensure that the user enters the vendor invoice number on the so and so field. Consider adding a validation or a training to prevent the posting without this field. So it is giving a recommendation to the administrator as well as the partner team or the consultant team. Okay, and review the posting routines. Actually, we can navigate here. The work is still going on from navigating from this particular screen to that screen now. So that is actually, it is giving you the entire, bifurcation or entire, postmortem of that particular issue, what is, shown on the screens. So where we can see the missing vendor number or the recommended fixes, where you can see what kind of action you need to take when such kind of error occurs on the screens. Okay, so let's look at another one. This is just the purchase invoice now. Okay, I'm just moving to other screen. So let's take another one example. Let's go to journal, where we are normally posting here. Okay, so if you look at this document now, there is a, I'm using journal to make a payment to some of the expense account basically here. So I have two documents here, G01, G02. Okay, and I didn't make a balance account number because I know I'm working with business centers. It will throw an error with such kind of transactions. But end user don't know, they just putting the data and get the things done. So I just go and preview it. So now it is throwing me the error document number so and so is out of balance because there is no balance account. As a standard process, when there is a debit, the credit should be required, and vice versa. If you look at this now, I am just getting the error. My agent activated on the error message screen. I'll just analyze with the Clarity AI agent, and it will start analyzing with the data. So it is analyzing now why this particular document number is out of balance. Again, same thing. If you look at the priority now, it changed. It is go to high because you are working with the financial data. So it goes on that high mode. Document number so and so is balanced by so and so USD. So 1000 USD, and document number is with this company is out of balance. This means the total debits and credits for this document number do not match, preventing successful posting. Okay. So what are the findings now? Document number so and so out of balance by 1000 USD. This indicates the sum of debit is not matched with the credit is not matching. What are the action we need to take? We review each line of document number to verify the posting date, document type, document number, amounts are correctly entered, and debits equal to credit. And then we get the recommended fixes. Okay. This way you can actually, get the things done whenever there is an error occurs. Okay. Whenever there is a, situation comes when there is a consultant not available, or when there is an administrator not available, when the account manager or CFO is not available, but we need to, work and we need to continue the work basically. So that time the Clarity AI agent definitely will help you. It will try to give you, I'm not claiming that it will give you 100% correct information or 100%, 100% information that to resolve this issue, but it will at least guide you how to fix the issue. Okay, how to fix that particular problems to get it done. At least we can move ahead. We don't, we no need to wait for the administrator or consultant teams because of course the consultant team, definitely they are busy moving here, moving there, maybe they're not available, the support team is not picking up the call. Something happens that way. It happens in the normal regular scenario. So that time, this agent will definitely help the users. Okay. They will at least come to know that your debit or any issues will have to fix this way. Okay. So when I run this on a couple of customers, and there are 3 customers, they are already using it. And I found that, okay. So I found that they are already 80% of the issue already resolved. 80% of the issues they already found out and they already fix it that way, right? So let's take another example here. Uh, let's go on the sales order. So now you already aware of that. Okay, now you say, okay, look, Amol, there is an error message. The screen is showing there, and it is showing. Copy that particular error message and showing the issue, showing the findings for me. What will happen if there's errors? Like when we get the errors on the screen, error messages on the screen, like in the AL development, we are using error dialogues. So that time the messages which are showing on the screen, how we will get the resolution for those things. So let's see on that part. So let's go on the sales order. Just I put up an example here. Okay. I just take one sales order here. So if you look at the screen here, now you can see this particular screen, the sales order is already released. And somehow the user come to know, I want to change the quantity now. Okay. But he didn't aware of that, or he missed out that, okay, status of this particular sales order is already released. I cannot do any changes, but I just go, user just go and just trying to change the quantity here. The system will show the error here, right? The status must be equal to open, because so otherwise you cannot change. This is a validation available on the screen. So I'll just copy this one. Okay, I'll just refresh this part. I hope it is copied. And I'll just go back and I just open my agent here. Okay. And I will just, there's a button available to paste the screen, paste the errors from the clipboard. And you can start analyzing so it will copy the error message. Whatever I copied is copy here, and it will start analyzing the issue. That means the sales order status error, status must be open, but it is released. So you cannot, change the quantity. So sales order status is mismatch, or what are the actions you need to take, what are the operations requiring the sales order, or what are the recommended fixes. So this way, basically the Clarity AI agent will help the users. That is the only, there's nothing agenda for this one that, okay, we are going to replace with the consultants or, something like that way. So we are not going to do that way. It is something that we can, help the users, help the end users, or help the partners, help the consultant team. What kind of errors we are getting. Now the things are going towards the AI, and a lot of things are getting changed here. Okay. So this way the agent can help you to find the issues, to get the resolution, get the recommendation, how to fix the issue on a simple way. Okay. There is a very, very simple setups. You already see this one, right? And definitely means I'm working on those part, how to improve in version 2, that how to integrate with the cloud, how to integrate with the other AI providers, where the lot of space country by specific AI providers are already there, where a lot of countries governments already approve some of the AIs, some of the AI is not approved. So based on that, I'm still working on for the version 2. And of course, this particular agent is covered with the license, but for the initial phase, I'm just giving you, okay, I'm just giving you, for a trial version, 2 days trial, we can take this one, or sorry, we can take a 1 day trial on your environment on the sandbox, basically. And based on that, we can discuss how we can implement on your organization, how your users feeling, how to get the agents and findings. Okay, I'll just go back on my demo again. Okay, so that's the live demo for the AI agents. Okay, if you have any questions or discussion to be done, I have 15 minutes still left with me, so we can go ahead. Okay, right. So you can put your questions on the chat window. I'm here to answer. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay, so let's go back and let's finish the. So if you want to talk to me, you can connect on the LinkedIn, or you can send me email, or you can visit my website. If you want to have more information on the agent side, how this can be implemented on your organization, we can connect together and we can, take it forward how we can help the users in the particular case. Okay. So it seems there's no more questions. I think we can wrap it up. Okay. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for your participations. I look forward to you. And of course, the recording of this session will be available on my channel or on the LinkedIn. You can visit and let's have a feedback from you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day ahead.